Hi there. This is Lena with Especially Made for Me. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to learn how to make the 30-second bow. This is a bow that can be used pretty much for anything, for a gift, for wrapping on a bottle or a gift box, and I'll show you some examples here. Let's say you have a bottle that you're going to be giving, let's say coquito. It's a coquito. It's a traditional drink that we use during the holidays. So this is basically what it will look like. Of course, you could do different colors and different types of patterns on the ribbon, but just to give you an idea of things you can do. And of course, you can use the tails to wrap it around the bottle, or let's say around a gift. So let's say you have a gift and you're going to wrap it up. You can put the bow on it and then, of course, tie it, whether it's across or on a corner, you would decide. Okay? So, a couple of things about the 30-second bow. For the 30-second bow to work, you would actually have to have ribbon that's the same on both sides. So colors and patterns, of course, you can choose whichever you like, but it would have to be the same. And it's basically because of the twists and the turns that we would have to do. And since we are also having to do it as a 30-second, it's a quick bow. So we're not going to be doing too much of the twisting and inverting. So it has to be sure to be the same on both sides. Now you can use a very small ribbon, clear type ribbon. We suggest, of course, wired ribbon. And these you can get at the dollar store. So you can get a very thin and maybe about an inch wide. You can go as high up as 1.5. I wouldn't go to 2 or higher because it might make it a little bit difficult, and you would see why. Because we're going to be using our hands and we're going to be using our fingers to do the actual looping. So just a couple of options there. Of course, you can use, again, do patterns. As long as it's the same on both sides, it'll work. So without further ado, I want to show you what I mean. And I'm going to use, just for the purpose, since I already have the finished bow like this one, I'm going to use the same ribbon. And we're going to get started. So this is what we'll do. You're going to need some ribbon. Now you could either, if you have some place to put the ribbon at so it won't roll all over the place for you, you can do that. Or you can hook it onto something or put something on top of it. The idea, of course, is for you to be able to pull the ribbon as you need, because we're not going to cut it until the end. And that's really all the tools you're going to need, just the scissors themselves. So depending on how long you want your tail, what we're going to do is decide how long you want your tail. So I'm going to hold it up this way. So I don't necessarily need a long tail. I'm going to do something smaller. So you're going to wrap it around your pinky just for making sure that you can hold it. Okay? So we're going to use the pinky as our holding place, since we're not using an actual machine or equipment to do it. Okay? And this way you'll be able to pull, because you're going to need to pull and do some twisting. Okay? So for the purpose of this bow, so it'll fit in our hand. Basically, your hand decides the size of the bow. We're going to be twisting from one side of your hand, your thumb, to the other side, to your ring finger. So we're going to be twisting from here, and we're going to go kind of like making that infinity symbol, and we're going to be coming back this way and back around. And every time we go around one of the fingers, we have a loop. So for the 30-second bow, we're actually going to go around 4 to 5 times. We would not go any further than 5, because if you go further than 5, this is 5 loops. It's going to be kind of crazy. It's going to be getting a little bit too big and too fluffy. You can try it and see. You might actually like that. It depends on what you're going to be using your bow for and what you're putting it on. So, continuing on. So remember, we said we're going to make like the infinity shape going back around. So we're going to go around. Use your other ring finger, back around your thumb. So now we have one loop on each side. Don't worry about how it looks. Keep pulling on your ribbon. Now you have 2, and back around, crisscrossing, and just keep count. And you decide how many loops you want. If you want just 4, if you want the 5, you decide. Okay? Once you have the amount of loops that you want, you're going to just measure out again. You're going to see where your tail is at, and this is where you're going to cut. So you can hold it and use the scissors and cut. We can do the dovetailing at the end. Okay, so we have our ribbon wrapped around like an infinity symbol, and we have our tail. So we're going to go opposite way from where you have your ribbon, and we're going to tuck it under and over, like so. And you're going to do the same with your other, but the opposite way. Okay, make sure that it's actually off of your pinky, and we're going to go in the opposite direction, and we're going to tie it. Okay, now if you leave it on your hand like this, it'll make it easier, and then you'll be able to just pull. So we're going to do our tie and pull, so it'll be nice and tight. Okay, like so. Now you can pull your fingers out, and now you can just fluff the bow. So for fluffing, control the ribbon, master the ribbon, as we like to say. It is wired, so it's not going to go anywhere. If you've made it tight enough, you can pull and tug and just separate as you need to. Okay, and then you start shaping. Just like so. Just play around with it. There's no wrong way of doing this. Okay, so just pull around so you can see where your loops are at and shape it the way you want it. Once you have the shape, then you can make sure that your ribbon is actually straight, so it'll look all nice and pretty. Okay, can you see it taking shape? Not much to it. So really what takes the longest is actually the fluffing and making it pretty. But that is why we call it the 30-second bow. So you can choose to leave it just straight out that way, or you can fluff it some more until you get it pretty the way that you would like to have it. Now you can even crunch it and play around with it some more and just keep going until you shape all of your loops. Okay? And that's pretty much all there is to it. So just shaping, crisscrossing, make your infinity symbol, and by the time you're done shaping your bow, you'll have something pretty that you can attach to a gift, or just to have it somewhere like for a wreath. You can attach it on a swag or anywhere that you would like to just add a little bit of decoration. So imagine if you use a different ribbon with patterns and different colors. There's a lot to do that you can use them for and play with, or you can make a whole bunch of the same colors and put them together to make a bouquet. So lots of different things to do. I hope you like this tutorial. Please make sure you leave me some comments. If you'd like to see any other tutorials, let me know, or something. If you want me to go a little bit slower even, you tell me. I want to make sure that you're happy with the tutorials here, just to give you some ideas of some other tutorials that we'll do. Here's another type of bow that we'll also be making soon, so just stay tuned and let me know. We'll be making a lot of different kinds of bows that we can have some fun with and that we can use for different things. So until the next time, stay tuned, and thank you for joining me at Especially Made for Me. You have a great day.